What's up, people? It's your boy Equals Fan 826. We're gonna talk about is newbies and what your role should be as a newbie, and then we're gonna go on the other side of the spectrum of what people think of you as a newbie. Okay, when you're a newbie at a new company, unless you are a temp, pace your fucking self because you do not know how much you aggravate people when you claim you know every fucking thing and when you're trying to rush something and you're being unsafe. And yes, this is coming from a guy who whether people like it or not, I'm probably the safest person you'll ever work around. And I know at my last job I got in a really bad accident, but at the same time, like I say, if I wasn't safe about it, the accident would have been so much worse than it was. And honestly, if y'all did not see the accident firsthand, it really was not a bad accident whatsoever. I barely touched a pole with a stock picker, aka an order picker, aka up north we call it a cherry picker. Basically, I love tapped a pole that been hit like 50,000 times, and just the fact that I bumped into it and knocked a bolt that was already off the pole, all hell broke loose. But anyway, like I said, if I didn't wasn't safe about it, it would have been so much worse. That whole pole would have went whoom all the way off. And yeah, but there's like, wait, that was like one to how many poles that were holding up that side of the building? Yeah. Would that really have made a difference? No, not really. Was it? It wasn't. It barely was even attached to the freaking ceiling of what it was attached to. So I did them a favor. They said they were gonna remodel anyway. So I'm looking out for the company's best interests. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, as a newbie, you're not expected to do much. So don't, because if you try to set this standard for yourself, they're going to want you to meet that standard 24/7. So you want to bust your ass, by all means, bust your ass. But at the same time, do it in a safe way, because all you're going to do is aggravate everybody around you because you think you know everything and trying to get shit done, and you are going to cause accidents after accidents after accidents because of people trying to avoid your ass. I personally and honestly do not. At my last job, I had to deal with it because I was a trainer, and I train you to what their standard was. My employees hated it because you know why? Because they always got on me for saying, Mike, you're not training these people the right way. No, I am training them the right way. You're the guys that are fucking shit up. It's like you bring that negative attitude into every fucking thing, then shit gets fucked up, and then yeah, and then everybody's just at each other's fucking throats. But anyway, as a newbie, just work to your minimum standard, because if you try to go above and beyond, it will not work out for you. Trust me, I know. This is Mr. Above and Beyond right here. Look, I'm back in my home area again because obviously me going above and beyond in Florida was too much for the people I worked with, because my knowledge was too much for them. I know I'm sounding really conceited right now, but it is true. You try to give basic logic to a company that doesn't want change. If it's not coming from management's mouth, it's not important. No matter what you suggest at a job, it's non important because your status with the company is irrelevant. But as a newbie, just pace yourself, honestly. Pace yourself. You got most jobs have probationary periods, so you trying to exceed that, within your probationary period is pointless. Just meet their standards and gradually build your way up. And when I say with newbies, and I'm sorry, I'm not knocking nobody who trains or anything, but if you train somebody on a machine for more than a day, they do not need to be working at that job. I've trained people for less than a day and they get it boom like that because you just teach them fundamentals of the machine. There's no point in trying to overload their brain with functions. I know some machines might take special requirements, but if you're taking more than a day to train somebody on machinery, they're not fit to either, that person isn't either fit to train, or the person that they are training is really dumb and they're not getting it like this. I am not going to lie. I was a newbie first. The first thing I ever learned to use was a stand-up forklift before a freaking car. So I'm not one to talk, but I mean, it literally took me a whole week and some little techniques from people I know, and me, if somebody would come up to me at this new job that I'm at and ask me, well, what should I do? I can't answer that kind of question. Why? I'm not a trainer. I can't show you how to do something that somebody was supposed to train you on. So that's not my job no more. And yeah, yes, I used to be a trainer in my old job. Why you give up a trainer job? Because a trainer job, if you're training somebody, they should live off of that. And I don't mean like like I say, when I train somebody, so it's called newbies in training, I guess, but when I train a newbie who doesn't know a machine, I make sure he or she learns the proper way to use that machine. I show them every technique possible to avoid certain situations. I'm not putting them on blast, but I trained, I'm not even going to say last name, but everybody going to know him as Alex at the last job. I trained him. I put him through hell in his freaking training course. Ask him. If he does not know how to maneuver out of the tightest situations he is in, then I didn't train him properly. Point blank. If he can't get out of little tidbit corners, I put him in situations that you'll never get into at that job. So that was my whole lineup of, okay, if you can handle this, you can handle anything kind of shit. No. Like, some things like that don't get changed. And I've trained people to where the point where they didn't know how to use the machine, and or they were struggling all day. I mean, I know he had like a short term at the job. I'm not even going to mention his name, but he did not know how to drive any kind of machine, and I worked with him all day until he learned it, and he did, and he was like one of the best workers. I even joked one day saying ain't nobody clean, the only people that clean is him and the other dude I trained. Was like, shit, he came walking out the day like, you're supposed to have a bag on your machine. That dude looked like he had Christmas presents in his freaking sack compared to everybody else. So, like I said, I train you the proper way in the way they want you to learn. So, newbies, if you're not getting certain things, like, honestly, you need to tell your trainer. Tell your trainer you're not getting it. Because you're just wasting everybody's time. Because, I mean, this is so negative, but then you'd be just a waste of space, honestly. Because, I mean, come on. Why are you going to try to get paid the same amount of people that are doing their job? I mean, if you can't do your job, I get it. It's a learning process. But if you're not learning after a couple of days, come on, man. You're just wasting time. You're really wasting time. I get it. You want that money. Get it. But at the same time, don't be a safety hazard to people. Don't try to get, I mean, here we go back to that one thing I said, like, oh, what? So everybody's supposed to stay out of your way? Yeah, don't get in anybody's way. And like, yo, people gotta wait on you for everything. I mean, that shit is aggravating and annoying. I don't care what anybody say. Like, oh, you can be patient all you want, but when you trying to get shit done and then you got somebody just standing in your way all day, all fucking day. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like this dude was in my way for like 3 minutes. Those were like the longest 3 fucking minutes, and all I had to do was put a freaking pallet on a certain area and drive away. And I was waiting there for 3 minutes because he was trying to scan something for 3 fucking minutes. Oh, sorry, I've almost fell asleep trying to describe this because it's how fucking long I was sitting there for 3 fucking minutes. Like, seriously, come on, man. Just drop it, go, and boom, out. It's that simple. 10 seconds max. You done. 3 fucking minutes. At that point, type the shit. Type it. Type. Fuck the scanner. Fuck it. Just fuck it. Like, seriously, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Killing it. Especially if you on a rate system. That shit. And there you go. That's another thing. When you do comparing, I'm gonna do a compare and contrast video. Shit, we going 4 videos. I said this is number 1 of 3. It's gonna be 1 of 4 because compare and contrast to the way jobs get done. I'm sorry. I mean, I know I be beating that shit to death with AAP, but y'all motherfuckers, I get it. It's organized to the way it's supposed to be picked, but yo, if you're trying to get shit done, it might be helpful if you can pick out of order from time to time. I'm just saying. I know some people be saying like, damn, I gotta wait on this motherfucker to move just so I can. Yeah, that's how it is. But see, I say I work with to the point where now it's pay for performance. So I know I got a lot of flack because I remember we had like a group meeting at one point and people were saying that's what we need to get at this job. It'll never go through, and you know why? Because everybody is so fucking selfish. If you can't pick out of order at that job, pay for performance is pointless, because if you gotta wait on somebody that's in the way, how are you gonna get your pay for performance rate? Because you can't, because this motherfucker is basically fucking you over. A newbie, maybe. Fucking you over for that extra shit you trying to get. You can't get it because selfishness. But damn, newbies, y'all be killing me. I'm sorry. I be having patience sometimes. There's some good ones out there, but then damn. Like, I had to keep my mouth shut how many times at the old job because them newbies was just there's some good ones that still work there, I ain't gonna lie. So, but y'all was killing me when I had to do observations, and I gotta be the most positive person. That's the only reason why I did. Everybody's like, why does Mike get to do observations? Because I think there's potential in everybody. And if I don't see that potential after the first 3 times, then sorry, you suck. Like, honestly, most people get better from time. There's one guy that was blaming the shit on the fucking scan gun. That's the one thing AAP got. The shit is intact to where it's in order and in line. This motherfucker was going backwards through every fucking aisle and blaming it on the fucking gun the whole time. Like, no. I was like, and I even followed him the next time and be like, yo, next time that shit happens, show me and let me know. It happened, but it didn't happen. Like, he's like, look, see, it's telling me to go. No, it's not. You're just going down the wrong aisle again. And then that guy never came back afterwards, but, you know. I know my buddy, Mr. Belo, had same situation with some other guy he was training. So him and my other buddy can probably vouch for that. Like they've dealt with stuff. It's like That job, it was not worth the extra dollar. I even said that after my boss said he wanted me to train more people again. I told him no. I was like, the extra dollar's not worth it because, like I said, if I'm training somebody, I want to train them the way I'm supposed to train them and then not have somebody fucking back talk me the whole time. So it's not worth it. So, newbies, get your shit together. Honestly, y'all killing us all. Killing us all.